and also um,
I love that
I
you're now in a
think
kitchen.
Shang-Chi is. I
How
like that.
many spoons does this man have?
Sorry, guys. My spoon dropped, and there's spoons everywhere. Hello and welcome to the FTR1 podcast. I am Astral Fisher, and I am joined today from the hospital with Jack Oil Immersed Water Cooled. How are you doing today?
It's the end of the world.
Staying positive.
No, it's a good thing. It's fine. I'm happy. I'm happy with it.
Now he's saying coronavirus is a good thing.
No, not that one. It's going to be a different one. Don't you worry.
Moving swiftly on, I am also joined today by the Pot. How are you doing?
I'm unbelievably comfortable right now. I'm going out in style, at least.
That's the aim of the game.
Yeah, now don't worry, everybody. I've installed some applications, and I know you might be worried, but this is actually all ambient sound. This isn't a real background. This is my green screen. I'm not in the hospital. It's all good. Okay. And anything that suggests otherwise, similar to the Nelson Mandela effect and the Bearstein Bears, you're just reading too far into it, man. As we all know, and something that I've been talking about for a very, very long time, is 2020 was always going to be a write-off, lads. We all knew it going into it. I've been saying it since 2017, and that's not a joke. That's something serious that I have been saying that 2020 was going to be a write-off of the year, and I just didn't realise how good I was at predicting the future. So today, we are going to predict the best year of the upcoming decade, 2021.
They already know it's going to be the best year.
Well, it's going to be spectacularly terrible.
Ironically, as I went on for years, which you guys might actually know because I might have mentioned this, I said that 2020 was going to be a write-off just because of how great 2021 was going to be. And this isn't a jokey joke. This is actually something that I have unironically been claiming for ages, ever since I got a balloon that said celebrating 100 years 2021. And I got that in 2017, that balloon. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't anywhere close. And somebody asked me, why not to 2020? And I was like, you all know 2020. It's not a good year.
I don't remember. I don't know about you, Matt, but I don't remember a fucking single example of him doing this.
No,
there's a whole.
So we're running with it. So
no, wow, wow. I must have kept it amongst the one set of people and didn't just, unlike most of my things, just start dropping it and assume you guys knew until you guys just got it off me. But yeah, 2021, greatest year, best year. I thought we'd go through every month and kind of predict what would happen, and then we'll come back next year and we'll see just how right on the money we are, and the winner will get the special fortune tellers toothbrush predicting of the year 2021.
Thank you. I can't wait.
What a prize!
Is that a used toothbrush?
It's in use. And not only that, if you press this button,
no,
it's
crikey.
It looks
like an angry bee.
It looks like a normal toothbrush, but it's actually secretly an electric toothbrush.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
Wow, I bet you didn't predict that. That's why it's a prediction toothbrush. I need to put it there. And as a bonus, the consolation prize for runner-up is this very, very, very tiny Triceratops.
That is the smallest Triceratops I think I've
Here
ever
it is to scale with my hand.
Why is this? Why? What is the purpose?
Here's the scale.
Why is it so tiny?
It's the tiniest. If it wasn't this small, it wouldn't have fit into the Christmas cracker, which was this big. No one was more surprised than me when it came out.
That's actually so
like,
clever. Because they're like, right, guys, we have a limited amount of plastic that we can be bothered to spend the money for. So make the smallest thing possible. And someone's just like, wouldn't it be funny if it's a tiny dinosaur?
Yeah, and the impressive bit as well is that it's unnecessarily detailed. Like, look it up close. It is surprising how much detail is on it. They've actually drawn the wrinkles on.
Yeah, they got the folds of the
That's pretty radical.
But like, even the skin, they've got like bends on where his like legs are reaching up. Like it's proper. It's a really good one, and it's also a lie because we know dinosaurs had feathers on them. So that's why it's a constellation prize, because it's not as good at predicting things. And last place gets this. I've lost it. You get this heart rate monitor. Anyway.
Definitely not in the hospital. Don't worry. It's
not
on green screen.
That's just a prop. I just put a knockoff Game Boy in a bag.
Why do you have knockoff Game Boys spare? What's going on?
Now.
It can play Game Bee games if you have any. If not, it just boots up onto the opening screen. Anyway, who wants to start with the January predictions? Anyone? All right.
You do it.
I'll start. So I think the first one, right off the bat, I believe that incoming President Joe Biden
eats. Howdy, y'all. I'm president now.
The presidency
just lands in the president crater.
President's throne.
How has he not run out of space already? It doesn't make any sense. Someone doing some light chiseling.
Not so light chiseling anymore.
There we go. So it's incoming President Joe Biden will eat all of the coronavirus, eliminating the coronavirus for the rest of the year. And then he will twist his other ankle. Because as we know, he's already twisted one ankle. He's going to twist the other ankle. That's my prediction. I think he's quite an old president and a tall president. And like how Ross from Friends ate all the other friends. In the season finale, which they never aired. So they just called the episode they recorded prior to, just reshot some scenes with some of the Friends twins.
The Friends twins. Like Ricky and Reggie.
Yeah,
and
Ricky and Reggie.
Good old Ricky and Reggie. Everyone loves it. Everyone loves those two.
And Joel.
And Gunther and Gunther.
Gunther was my favourite character, and if he had actually hit his growth spurts before the finale, maybe Ross wouldn't have beaten everyone. There would have been a
Godzilla-esque fight to the death between these two 8 feet tall creatures.
In another world, perhaps. That tomato soup smells lovely.
Are you at a train station?
What?
That did 100% sound like a fucking train. Just chugging by. It's a hospital train. Have you never seen a hospital train?
No, I'm not in a hospital. That's just the train my maid uses to bring food upstairs.
All automated.
Yeah. It's great, but I've told her that she needs to upgrade to an electric engine.
Chris, do you live in a hospital punk house? Is that what it is?
Look.
It's a hospital punk house.
Up here in the Arctic wastelands of the east side of the UK, there's not a lot of building resources, so we have to make do. What if my house also is part-time a hospital occasionally in the winter months when things get very dark and cold? I don't see me judging the fact that one of you lives in an air raid bunker and the other one lives in a music shop.
Find out which is which next. On
never could guess. It's what I like to call efficient resource management, time sharing.
Anyway, predictions.
Predictions. I've done my prediction
It's
for
the
January.
pot's
I think
turn.
So straight off the bat, you've got
I've
rid of
set the mood.
coronavirus.
At some point, you guys are going to have to get rid of coronavirus. And how long do you think we're going to have it in the year?
How depressing do you want us to get?
Well, I was the person who made this sheet, so my opinions obviously are very clear of what's going to be happening this year.
Yes.
That's a ballsy prediction, I've got to say.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, any year that comes after 2020 is going to seem like the year of the decade. It's got an unfair bias in the people's mind
make
already.
Your bloody January prediction.
I don't know. January is going to be the time when.
I can't. By the way, I can't type at the moment. I'm eating my tomatoes.
Do you know how like
all
the bees disappeared not that long ago?
What?
I think all the bees are going to come back, and they're going to come back stronger.
No.
And this time, you know how so you know how last year, or this year even, there was all these swarms of locusts and death beetles, and they need to be subjugated, and the bees are coming back to do that because the bees are the kings and queens of the insect world. Everybody knows it.
You can say what you want about the death beetles, but I never knew that heavy metal could go so well with the Beatles music.
It was an interesting mashup of a fusion
genres.
Of genres, yeah, for sure. But you know, and
something too. It's music so shocking that bees couldn't handle it.
Bees couldn't handle it. That's what they had to have a timeout, and then they're coming back with their comeback album. It's ready to drop. It's gonna hit. It's gonna get the ball rolling for January 2021. The bees.
Are you typing this, by the way?
Excuse me.
Are you typing this?
No.
Oh,
I can't type, can I?
Say everything again. Say it all again.
Bees are coming back.
Do more of it.
Comeback tour.
Bee comeback.
Do you know how the Bee Gees sort of went their separate ways, and the G's they'll be like they'll get their album out in July or something. They've been hit by a few delays, but the Bees, they're coming back strong. It's gonna completely wipe the floor with death beetles. No one wants that music anymore. Times are changing.
Times are changing. We're in an optimistic age. If we were playing Sid Meier's Civilization 5, we'd be entering the golden age.
Now, I will say, just off the back of that, there is absolutely no way that was correct.
Bee comeback, yeah. No, not really.
Imagine.
Coming back strong as well. Something about G's? I don't know what that was about, but...
No,
the
that's
Bee
July.
The Bees... Yeah, that's
July.
Do you not remember the Bee Gees? They went away. They're coming back now. As the Bees, they've reformed. It's their comeback album.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know McBusted?
Yes.
And then they split off to form McFly and then Busted.
It's like that.
It's like that.
And then they rejoined back into McBusted, and everyone was like, "Oh, I prefer
finally
it's just McFly and Busted." We're in the middle stage of the Bee Gees. We've had the Bee Gees, now we're having the Bees and the G's, and then they'll reform to make the Bee Gees later.
Christmas album.
Like, I preferred the Bees.
I understand now. That's good.
I liked it when McBusted reformed into Busty Fly.
Yeah. So I think to like summarize the Pop's point is basically saying that there's going to be a music revolution.
Oh, yeah, music revolution. That's good.
There's going to be a music revolution because just in case maybe it's not the Bee Gees, maybe it's the Rocks, the Stones come in, and the Rolls coming in July.
The Rolling.
Because I could see it. Yeah, the Rolling and
the Stones.
This is stupid.
And the Queens of the Stones and the Ages.
Just because I've got some flexibility in the fact I'm predicting Joe Biden's going to injure himself and eat coronavirus. So there's a lot of ways that can be interpreted.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which was unintentional.
In January, there's going to be a big meteor.
Somebody's going a different direction.
And it's gonna... Sorry, chaps. Looks like this one's a coming... And everyone on one half, and I'm not going to specify which, for fun, just in case. Half of the world will be kaboomskis. The other half of the world will survive, but it will be winter for a long, long, long time due to all the dust.
So the winter asteroid will come.
Oh, yes, perfect. Thank you for that's a perfect summarization.
Funny you say that, because I did a little bit of looking up of, old faithful Nostradamus.
Oh yeah,
he's got a few things right this time.
Has he really? It's February. Isn't that awesome? What happens now, Christopher? Maybe we should do Matt first.
Maybe.
Hello. Well, as we all know, February is the best month, mainly because my birthday's in it. And I'm going to be throwing, because coronavirus is over, the least socially distanced and craziest party that 2021 will ever see. And one person there will start a relationship and get married by the end of the year. It's going to be that raucous.
That's pretty raucous. Actually, that's not. That's pretty wholesome.
Bit of a shotgun wedding there, though. Just.
And you know who their child's going to be?
A child?
Christ 2. He's the sequel. And this time, he means business.
This time, his word is gospel.
I can't. This is so idiotic that I can't actually type it properly. Okay, it's complicated.
Jesus 2, Book of Revelation.
Jesus 2. It's too much. I'm gonna have to.
Jesus 2.
I've done that.
I'm just gonna say, I might be wrong in this regard. It might be Buddha 2. It might be Muhammad 2.
It's that one though. I'm
just appealing to our demographic, because most of the people who watch our content at the moment are Christians. So if you'd like to change that demographic, hit that motherfucking subscribe button and tell us your favorite prophets.
Awesome. That's great. Okay, so Chris throws the super party. One person will get married because of it, and the child will be Jesus too. So far, pretty positive year, I'd say.
That's why it's the best year of the decade.
It's going very well. I think we're going to have some interesting differences.
Now, February, of course, time of shorts. It's a short time. It's the shortest month of the year. It's got Valentine's Day in it.
My birthday.
Irrelevant. I'm sorry, that sounds really, really...
That was the meanest thing you've ever said on this podcast.
Top 10 mean moments. We do that when we're episode 100. This is going to be number
Top 10
one.
mean moments.
Top 10 mean moments. 2 to 10, irrelevant. Number 1. Somebody said my birthday was irrelevant.
I don't know. February is the month where.
It's off to a good start.
The year of
for a start, I do think it's the month where everybody gets to go outside properly and legally and do all the normal things we used to do before the bad times came.
For the Fire Nation attack.
So honestly, it's probably going like Valentine's Day is going to look a bit like the Purge. So there you go. Or maybe it's sorry, no, not Valentine's Day. The 13th of February. That's going to be. And I hope that the makers of The Purge are already working on a sequel to drop.
There's been... Oh, not you don't mean like literally the second sequel?
No,
There's
no, I don't literally mean the second sequel. It's been like it's 17. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
The second sequel. It's a sequel to the original movie again.
Yeah, they're gonna reset the timeline and have a sequel coming out. It's just gonna be the Valentine's Day edition of The Purge. They've changed the day because I don't know what day it is normally in the Purge. I've not watched The Purge. Can you tell I've not watched The Purge?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you can.
They be purging in that movie.
They do be purging.
There's like guns and people get shot. America.
Yeah, Valentine's.
People do a whole America in there.
So if I could sum up
I
for
think
February,
Joe Biden twists his ankle in that one.
He also shotguns a hippie right between the eyes, which was intense.
Which is impressive because I have never seen somebody shotgun anything apart from a can of beer. So seeing somebody shotgun an entire person was pretty impressive.
Yeah, this hefty old man just fucking blasted this poor grass muncher. It was unfortunate.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else? You've got a little bit more space if you want to do anything else.
No, pre-Valentine's Day.
No, pretty sure. So, okay, we got lasts a whole year. Everyone can do normal things. Valentine's Day, just like the Purge. Is that a haiku? Felt like one.
Is the Purge on February 31st?
No, it'll be on the 13th, won't it? Because everybody's allowed to go outside and meet with people again and actually touch each other.
Wait, why on the 13th?
Because it's like the day before Valentine's Day.
On Friday the 13th.
What does he mean? What do you do? Why does that have any significance?
People haven't been able to go and meet people.
Yeah, come on. I thought you'd be...
I'm sorry, Mr. Relationship.
Yeah.
No, wait, what does 13th have to do with it? I'm confused. I'm genuinely... What does that mean? I don't understand.
Friday
It's
the
just
13th.
the day beforehand. It's the first day that everyone's going to be allowed back out.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh, just because of the rules?
Because they've sorted it.
Oh, you predict... Oh, you predict it.
That's the day that lockdown gets lifted. Yeah. And it's going to be a raucous night out on in all the dive bars. What did we call them? The coral reef
Shipwrecks
or something?
No, that's not
Shipwreck.
right.
No, yeah, everyone's going to be shipwrecked in the morning.
What was that? What were dive bars called?
The rock pools. Was it the rock pools?
Rock pools.
I think it's maybe.
And Twitter on this is, you can put this down. The Twitter hashtag clam will be trending on Twitter across the globe.
Hell yeah. I can't fit that in, but it's
But hashtag clam.
for fuck's sake. Half the world destroyed. It's getting pretty chilly. The sun hasn't risen. Don't worry. Doctor Strange turns up. He's got a whole library of books that help somehow. And he gives his books to the UN, and they go and they flip through the pages and they find a cure to winter. And there's statues to Doctor Strange. And,
I'm just imagining Doctor Strange.
He becomes
kind of,
king of the UN.
He just appears like in a YMCA.
Holy shit, I'm Doctor Strange.
Where does he
just
come
points
from?
at the nearest person, just goes, "Take me to the UN."
He's got books. He's got a heap of books that he knows about that are like Ted Andy.
I love that that in the apocalypse where half the world's gone to rubbish and there's eternal winter, instead of spending time with their family, the entirety of the UN is like, no, let's continue to meet up just in case some miracle man turns up, because the world definitely hasn't turned to shit yet.
Doctor Strange gives the UN some books.
Basically, you're saying
even after
that
it's been
fixed.
the world
been taken
to
out.
begin
They're
with
still
is having a keto diet. purging everything, and then starting anew.
To fix the global winter. Everyone happy. Many wizards. Now. Okay. That's February. March. Now.
March is a wonderful time for everyone. Do you want to know two big things happen in March, not just one? Number one, surprising everyone, Shrek Super Slam 2 comes out and becomes the best-selling game of all time.
Oh, what a time to be alive that would be. Or will be.
Yeah, will be. And my second big prediction is that Facebook actually turns out to be, they've kind of been a bit naughty with their fake news, but everyone finds out that actually Netflix has just been seeming to go along with fake news to expose all of the fake newsers. And we now have a definitive list of everyone who's made fake news, and after banning them off the website and off the internet, there's no more fake news. It's all gone now. Don't have to worry about that.
Fake news dies.
We're truly going to see fake
Forever.
news live and die with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
What happens to Donald Trump? What happens to Donald Trump by March? Let's have a little March Donald Trump checkup.
In March, he's because fake news is gone. He's worried about his tax returns. He goes to the one space where communism is still unrestrained. Space.
Trump goes to space. So boots on the moon by 2021.
Mars.
Oh, cool. Brackets.
Mars.
Elon's pissed. Tesla stocks plummet. SpaceX stocks plummet.
Where Elon Musk goes to war with Donald Trump on Mars, but that's happening in the background.
That's not important. It's secondary.
It's a year-long thing. It kind of goes to 2022. So didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's a very minor event. Not worth talking about.
It's overshadowed by Shrek Super Slam.
What do you think is worth talking about the pot?
In March, well, you've got... Can we have... So, okay. Of course, after following on from the Valentine's Day purge, everyone's been put back into lockdown. Because, a bit like Christmas, how we were meant to have these 5 days of like, what was it? Unlimited. It was a free for all, but it wasn't because it wouldn't work. So nobody was allowed to have Christmas. This time they followed through with it on Valentine's Day. You got a few extra days afterwards. Turns out, still doesn't work. St. Paddy's Day, they're going to get it right this time. Don't you worry. The Irish know what they're doing. Alcohol. Turns out that's the real cure to coronavirus. So, widespread. Get rid of the Pfizer vaccine. I'm all about the... No, but...
You need to finish that sentence because it will be on a t-shirt.
Yeah. Get rid of the Pfizer... What's it called? Is it...
Give alcohol to kids.
What's the beer called?
Corona?
Not Corona, but that's going to be their new marketing slogan: get rid of Pfizer, bring back Corona. What's the beer? I don't know. It's called like
Budweiser.
It begins with a P. Hang on.
What do you want? What do you want from me?
He wants a beer beginning with
Peroni.
It's not a brand. It's a type of beer.
For fuck's sake. There isn't one.
It's German, I think.
Does it matter?
Not really. It's just because it sounds a bit like Pfizer. But
Okay,
you know what?
I see what you're trying to do.
It was meant to be a pun, but my brain didn't think quick enough.
I like on my screen, he's frozen.
Yeah.
So it's just this shit-eating grin face as he's confusingly trying to figure out. But yeah, because you're recording your whole screen today, you can just flash that briefly so
I will,
can see what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Beer is cure. What else?
It is. I don't know. We have a little rest afterwards.
We have a rest.
There's a worldwide rest the day after.
We just have a rest. That's. I love how these individual stories are turning out. We've got the good ending with Chris. We've got the something ending. Something is happening in Matt's world. It's all very likely to happen and real, kind of, by comparison.
Ish.
And then we have well, it looks good now, but it's going to get worse. So in my March, which is my birthday, I have my birthday. Look, it's nice. You know what it's also? It's a ritual by accident. And we are going to summon Dormammu.
I don't know about you, but
Oh no!
Pot seems very pleased about this event.
I can't see him.
I can see a big shitty.
Am I still frozen? Because
it's green. If anything,
you're still frozen for me.
Shit eating than last time I checked.
Now, crucially, this time, Dormammu comes out, and Doctor Strange ain't got no time stone. Ain't can't do no fuckery and make win with Dormammu. So Dormammu wins, which, as we all know, would not be good. And that's the end of March.
So we got Cthulhu and Dormammu.
What?
And they have a big fight war.
No,
is that what you said?
I did not.
Sorry, I wasn't really listening.
Oh, cool. You're fun. I can't even see. You're not even here, man. You're not even fucking here. This is ridiculous. I can't see you. I can't hear you. You ain't listening. What's going on?
I'm so caught up over this beer thing.
No one gives a solitary shit.
I care.
It doesn't matter. Just go. Move on with life.
I can't.
Move on.
I can't, Jamie.
No, it doesn't matter. When you yes,
that's very important to me. Unlike someone else's.
It's my birthday, but also the way that the picnic is arranged accidentally summons Dormammu. All the jam was in the right places, you know.
Right, so I heard you say Dormammu, but in my head I heard Cthulhu.
No, we summoned Dormammu.
Dormammu again.
We said Dormammu. He comes up. He goes hello again. And what happens is, if you remember the plot of Endgame, there ain't no more time stone, so Doctor Strange can't win, and so Dormammu is here to stay, and that's fun. He's going to tell me I wasn't listening again, isn't he? Oh, shit.
Oh, no, I got it that time. I was paying attention. Don't worry.
Fantastic. Fucking hell. So, what else happens?
What happens to the Doctor Strange statues? Does Dormammu rip them up, or?
Yeah, he eats them.
He eats them.
And he replaces them with big spikes.
It's not Dormammu statues, just big spikes. Or
Yeah,
is that a Dormammu statue?
in a way. In a way, the whole planet is sort of a statue to Dormammu, and we are all stuck in the dark dimension, which coincidentally is a very fucking damn name for.
I think you'll
place.
find half the planet is because, if you recall, half of the planet got obliterated by.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did, but it's still there. It's just everyone's dead, and there's a big crater. Yeah, the crater is now Dormammu's home. He makes a big cathedral there, and he plays the organ and kills people.
Does he have a billiards room?
You know it. Oh, it's grand in there. I've got to say, Chris, when you first picked up that double mug cup, you held it perfectly.
Double-handled mug.
And for a second, I was certain that you had turned on like a mirror function, and that you were just doing this, but it was mirrored. And then I looked at your face, and I was like, "Something real."
He knows.
It's the hair. But other than that, I was like, "What's going on? This motherfucker's sorted out some magic." It's April, or as you've written, April.
We don't need vowels at the beginning of our words anymore. We've moved past that in 2021.
I see. And we've also got jelly. It does say jelly, no?
I think you mean July.
Yeah, but it doesn't say that.
I think it does. What comes after June?
July.
There we go. Sorted.
Not jelly.
Exactly, guys.
Right, what happens in April, you fool? Oh, let's fuck this again.
So,
that's funny
April,
because April 1st.
We have the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, and it turns out Mario's real. And Mushroom Kingdom's just been underneath the earth the entire time. And so you no longer need to play Mario Kart, or instead of the Switch Pro is actually a green pipe that you can put into your house. You can go to Mario's world, and you can ride Mario Kart with your friends. You can jump on the Goombas, and you can do the party with Bowser, and it's also the start of, and this reveal, this big console launch, is all to coincide at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, the announcement that Nintendo is starting a Nintendo Cinematic Universe to compete with Marvel.
Nice.
NCU begins. Perfect. Awesome. That's good. That's so far lots of good things have happened in your 2021. I like it. It's nice. I can't wait to hope that they all become real.
They will.
They will. I'm confident. Matt, are you real?
Yeah, I'm here. Don't worry. Do you want me to go next?
Usually.
Well, of course, April. There is one very. This may be somehow the most realistic thing I'm going to suggest, but it is also just a little bit funny. I think cannabis might be legalized worldwide on 420 because that would just be memeing on the people who don't like cannabis, and I'd like to see it.
Can you imagine Bozza come out? Oh, yes, sir.
Tally ho, everybody! This bloody marijuana stuff's pretty flipping tally ho, pip, very good, yes.
Don't worry, if you're worried about it, I've made a 3-part slogan to understand how it all works.
The 3-puff pass.
I feel like if they did do that, then people would just stay home more.
Yeah, well,
which might actually help.
2020 was the
COVID.
Precursor for it. It was to get everybody adjusted to staying at home all the time.
Helps coronavirus. Well, helps the fight?
I mean, at this point, coronavirus is effectively, it's still kicking around, but it's so gone that it's not an issue anymore.
Oh, wait, have you already beaten coronavirus in your world yet?
We haven't beaten it,
No.
but it's basically done. Or is it? Who knows?
Basically done.
See if I can come up with it. Depends on if I can come up with, if I can keep this going. I'm just kind of churning out more things. Otherwise, I might have to. Yeah, I've always got that card to play up my sleeve. Chris blew his very early.
Yep.
Just got rid of coronavirus straight away.
Yep.
And you're not even doing the best year of the decade.
Coronavirus has become an insignificant footnote on the problems of the world. That's his solution.
And also, there's coronavirus.
So the icing on the cherry on the cake on the top.
Yeah, indeed. So is that you?
That's April. April is a good month for all, like every other month. Because what is time really, if not just time to have fun?
That's a really good outlook on life you have. I'm amazed. Okay, so Dormammu's 1. We're in the dark dimension, folks. We're in there for about a month now. But thing is, there's no time in the dark dimension. So actually, there's not really a year left. It's more like eternity, and also no time at all. And it's not very fun. Everyone's stuck. Everyone's just sort of sitting around trying to do Rubik's cubes and not.
Very hard to do the rest of your months if time.
Do you want to just copy and paste whatever you put in this box for every other month?
Yeah, I'm leaving the pod. No, I'm kidding. No, don't worry. Don't worry. Something might happen. You never know. You don't know. Might turn out good.
When? Sometime.
At some point.
Sometime after what used to be known as April, but before what would have been December.
Eternity is spent in the dark dimension. But then Django Fett explodes through Dormammu's eyes, both of them at once. There's 2 of him. And
is the other one called Boba?
No, he's called Fango Jet. And the 2 of them,
course.
yes. The 2 of them would in fact go on to shoot. They just shoot and blast and jetpack the whole dark dimension into not being bad anymore.
they jetpack the whole damn sky.
Yeah, exactly. You understand.
I've got it. Is this a good thing, or is this still somehow worse?
They are so cool that time happens. You know?
They kickstart time again.
Yes. Django and
Fango. The whole sky. Dormammu's dead.
Yeah.
Or is he?
Shut up. Django/Fango are so
Fango
cool.
Dango.
They make time again. It's been a wild ride so far, but I'm sure it will be good eventually.
So I think one thing that you have to realize is that the whole year can't just be, all the best thing ever. So May is somewhat of a quiet month. 2 things of note that really take the internet by storm is number 1, Fast and Furious 9 comes out, and in the end credit scene, the entirety of Fast and Furious 10 gets played. And then in the end credit scene of Fast and Furious 10, it shows that after Fast and Furious 11, which is the second part of Fast and Furious 10, Fast and Furious folds into the Nintendo Cinematic Universe. And the second thing that happens is that Usain Bolt's world record is beaten by a surprise entry of a little man I like to call Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh yeah, awesome! What a bizarre. Can you imagine going to see that movie?
No. Sonic's not part of the movie. That's real life.
Was he at the Olympics as well?
No, he missed
Sonic?
that.
Yeah. The Olympics are still going, and not all 1 month.
Oh, they're still going on.
I don't think if you've realised that. Whenever the Olympics does happen, it doesn't tend to only be for 1 month. Just the Olympics started in April. That was the opening ceremony. This is like 100 meters and also Fast and Furious 9 and Fast and Furious 10 come out. It's a quiet month, relatively, because the Olympics is going on, and people are too busy playing Mario Kart.
No, you mean driving Mario Kart? Like it's real life now, so it's not playing.
Yeah, but everything's playing when you go to Mario Land, Mushroom Kingdom.
Awesome sauce.
It's all fun and games when you go to the Mushroom Kingdom.
What happens in Mushroom Kingdom?
Someone put that on a t-shirt. Oh,
Matthew. And it's just to say with the Mushroom Kingdom, because there's no established laws, there's no need to legalise anything anymore because
everything's on the table.
Nothing's banned in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Just wait until you hear about Django and Fango's policy on drugs.
I can't wait to hear, seeing as it's going in a bumpy ride, I reckon the next part for the old Jacko W is a sharp dip into a horrible timeline until it pops back up again.
You never know.
It's just wave,
I don't even know.
Wave after wave.
It's just things will happen. Right, Matt, hit us.
And May, it's my birthday. Obviously, not a lot happens in May, but I will be going to see Fast and Furious 9, so you have stolen that away from me, Christopher.
F9 is stolen.
But what else is going to happen in May? Maybe that's when I catch coronavirus.
What? That's not what I was expecting.
Because like I said,
do you really want to go there?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I've got since I haven't got it yet. Every day that passes, I'm more and more likely to get it. So at some point in this year-long prediction, I should put that I catch coronavirus. So why not put it on my birthday, just to be
sure?
Because
why not?
When was the last time that sounds really depressing. When was the last time I had a good birthday?
Oh no, poor boy.
I don't know.
What else happens? This is one line.
Maybe
tie-dye's back in style.
Yeah, maybe with this whole new wave of the G's and the B's and like this new wave music for like kickstarts the new fashion fad of
I'm on tent hooks. What's it called?
We've had the 80s, we've had the 90s, we've had 2 years, but there haven't really been a social movement.
Yeah, we got the 20s fashion, but it's what is the natural progression? Let's say it's probably just
cyberpunk. Cyberpunk. Everyone knows it's cyberpunk.
It's neolooms.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say plastic dungarees because I was like, pick 2 nouns, and those were the first 2 that came to mind. Everyone's wearing plastic dungarees. Why
Some
not?
of us are ahead of the curve.
Neolooms forever. with an A. Okay. Everything's cool again. It's the future. However, Django and Fango are anarchists. And so, everything goes to poop. It becomes all horrible post-apocalyptic Mad Maxy rubbish. And then the problem is with everyone's run out of petrol, and so now the cars don't work. But then Ralph wakes up. And
listen to it now.
He's not happy. In fact, he's very unhappy. He is perturbed. He is confused. And in a flash of panic, he turns the entire universe into Simpsons. And now everything is...
Nice.
Springfield is actually, if in the dictionary, it is the same thing as the universe. Everyone's become yellow and whatnot. And everyone is either... Everyone is one of the characters of Simpsons.
What happens to Fango and Django? Do they turn into Lenny and Carl?
Kang and Kodos.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But they got jetpacks, so that's cool. Everyone is Simpsons. Simpsons is everything. Who am I? That's a good question.
Yeah.
Ralph?
Oh, no.
I don't know who I am.
Uh-oh.
Groundskeeper Willie? Maybe I'm... I can't think of... Mo? I don't know. Who are you?
Scooby-Doo, coming after you.
I mean... I am... Apparently, Chris is... What's his name from Simple Plan?
I'm sure they made a cameo at some point, so... He's definitely
I'm sure
in Simpsons.
I mean, Green Day did the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And Simple Plan... Yeah, must have been. I don't know. I'll be Snowball's 16 at this point.
And now is forever. This is the second universe that my world has turned into that doesn't have time. That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Oopsie. It's not going well.
You had a nickel for every time your universe.
I know.
lost time.
2021 has been
Which isn't
tricky.
Impressive, but
it's a lot of nickels considering the
It's more than if we all made a bet on whose world would have the most number of times that time stopped, Jamie would be winning.
Do you think I would be? Well, as in the predictions, or
yeah?
Would you predict me to have more time stops than Chris?
I mean, unless he pulls a ton out in the second half of the year.
Oh no, I meant like as in before this. Would you have had the prediction that I would have come out with more of them? I would have thought it would be Chris.
If someone had asked me that question, I would have bet on whoever asked me that question. To be honest.
Yeah.
What if someone who wasn't in the podcast asked you the question, Matthew? Give me an answer.
I'd bet on them. I'd bet on them
You're
a
useless fool.
Have you seen my answers for this?
Yes.
How is it obvious by now then?
Simpsons is all now, okay?
Simpsons now.
Also Cyberpunk.
It's the Simpsons. Also Cyberpunk.
Yeah, it's like Simpsons punk.
It's the Simpunk.
It's Simpsons punk. I'm just gonna put Simpsons punk.
The Simpsons.
Simpsapunk.
Simpsapunk.
Okay, it's Simpsapunk.
It's the Simpson song.
Simpsapunk March. Simpapunk. No, I'm not doing that. Simpsapunk May 2021. There we go. I'd play that game. Simpsons Hit and Punk. Right, that's the end of it. June. It's getting warm again. Nature's returning.
to talk. Push to talk. Push to talk. There we go. Push to talk. You need to push the button, Chris. Push to talk.
Take your goddamn hand off that box. I've already typed it all out.
Oh.
No, he fucking hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
No, he fucking hasn't.
You just deleted it all.
Brilliant.
No, I didn't touch anything. Does he think we can hear him? Because we can't.
Push to talk, you gotta push to talk.
And what is this push to talk malarkey? So, crime is sorted. We've sourced it all out. We've figured it out. No one commits crime anymore. Everything that shouldn't be illegal is legal, and everything that shouldn't be legal is illegal, and nobody, crime sorted. It's not an issue anymore. It's all good. And the KFC console comes out, and it's so powerful and so great. The PC gamers become KFC gamers because it's that
KFC
powerful.
gamers.
And that's because the KFC console uses quantum computing in order to run all of its games.
Right, lightning round.
Right, well, it's June, boys, and
It's
let me
June.
tell you,
It's been flying by.
What a scorcher! Let me tell. It's too hot, mate. This is
Boiling.
yeah, possibly because I know we've had asteroid hit the Earth already in one world, but there is actually meant to be an asteroid potentially hitting the Earth in May, and perhaps it hits it so hard that we end up slightly closer to the sun. Things are taking a bleak turn in my world.
So I'll change small to big asteroid.
I mean, I don't know how big the asteroid is, but
Well, it'd have to be pretty large to alter our orbit.
oh, it depends on how fast it's going.
They don't go that. I mean, it would have to be pretty big.
I mean, if it was entering the atmosphere at greater than terminal velocity, like as if there was still some sort of forward,
It would be enough that we would all be dead. Like the explosion would be enough that humans have gone.
We're already dead now. But
Okay.
yeah, we've got we're underground.
So the Neolooms really were the downfall of civilization in a way.
I mean, if you
Yeah,
want
that
to blame
makes
the
sense.
asteroid on the Neolooms, then sure, go ahead. But yeah, maybe there's a few people who saw this coming because they watched this podcast and
Safe on the
built
moon.
bunkers, or flew to the moon, went to Mars. I don't know. We're not on Earth anymore. The rest of 2021, not on Earth. I'm changing planets.
I like the fact that somebody looked at this and said, you know who I'm going to follow in this? I'm going to follow the middle column.
That's a sensible column, nearly.
It's the most sensible column.
Still the
More
most
so
sensible.
than the left or the right column.
Yeah. So is that you done? What else?
Yeah, humanity splits off
Okay.
onto the moon, onto Mars, onto Europa, because
The start of the Expanse.
we're gonna have to speed rush terraforming of other planets, and yeah, it turns out death of the Earth is what kickstarts humanity exploring space more.
Okay, pretty cool. All right. Well, everyone's a Simpson, and also it's cyberpunk. So obviously, logically, what follows from that is that a reverse meteor hits. You know what happens when a reverse meteor hits? It's dino time. Dinosaurs come back, everybody, and out the Chicxulub impact goes backwards, and out comes the rock, and all the dinosaurs spring back up, and now it's dino time, and they eat all the Simpsons, and Ralph cannot contain the raw dinosaur energy.
Turns out that the Earth has been one giant trampoline, and the meteorite that wiped out the dinosaurs has finally sprung back out.
Ralph is killed by... Name me the likely name of the largest, most scary king dinosaur. What's he called?
Steve.
Steve's right.
Killed by Steve. So now it's the reign of Steve, the Dino King. Okay, why does it keep doing that?
Steve. Maybe it's Speeve with a B.
Speeve with a B. I like Speeve. It's a capital B because he's important. The Dino King.
So
Now jungle.
Now jungle.
So
Jungle
the reverse
time.
meteor.
Has
it hit the same side? And half the planet's now a jungle.
No, it unhits the other side.
Oh, yeah. So it unhits the other side. So you've hit the other side.
So we've got dinos on one half, Simpsons on the other. Big global war. Dinos win. Now everywhere jungle. Now jungle. Also, Brexit falls through again. They're still in talks. It's a nightmare. All right, jelly.
Somebody
What happens in
forgot
jelly?
their biro. So in jelly, I've sorted it. So get your pores off my box when I press enter. Otherwise, you can have an issue. Space travel no longer is an issue because we've accidentally discovered dimensional travel.
Oh shit!
And that's where all the other species have been.
They've been chilling in much more enjoyable heavens.
Yeah, they've just been like, oh, they're close. They're close. Don't worry. It's just they need to get to. They're doing space travel. They're almost there, but they'll do dimensional travel. And really, it's the start of a great age of galactic proportions that unites the world, and also.
I love that you're now in a kitchen.
How many spoons does this man have?
Sorry, guys. My spoons are... and there's spoons everywhere.
It's like the kitchen is having a fight with itself.
Yeah, it is. Definitely add your, it happens once a year here. The forks and knives and the spoons. You need to figure out who's in charge for the coming year. And similar to how they announce the popes, they all fight, and then they will signal the winner by a smoke.
I'm sorry, Chris, I'm not getting any of this. It's just too many spoons. You got to give me the cliff notes.
When the smoke rises, I'll know which piece of cutlery is in charge for next year.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, all right, that makes sense.
They burn the remnants of the other.
Yeah.
No, it's like the Pope.
Yeah, it's like the Pope.
That's what they do with the popes, though, isn't it?
That's what he's saying.
Comes from.
Catch up,
exactly.
man.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
Well, why are you saying we aren't? It's your go. What happens in jelly?
In jelly, I mean, do I need to give 3 different answers now for what happens on Mars, the Moon, and Europa? Because I can do if you want
No.
to.
You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. Don't worry. We'll still follow Earth. Humanity still follows the Earth year, out of deference and respect.
Yeah. But do you want me to make a prediction for each different planet? And the
no,
moon?
we're just going by we're going by normal time and all of the stuff going on. Whatever
the
happens,
same thing happens.
just
on
summarize the whole thing. Just summarize all the events.
Well, obviously, communication between habitations is a bit limited. It takes a couple of weeks for anything to get passed from moon to moon. So one transmission gets cut short a bit, and Europa, when they pick it up, think that actually Mars is like the Martian men have actually gone. We don't like Europa. It's too volcanic. We need to. What should have been just a hey man, I like your volcanoes. Turns out it gets misinterpreted to, dude, your volcanoes fucking suck. So those two sets of humans are now hellbent on ending each other's existence all over a silly little.
This would have happened. This is likely. I see this as good. One of you is going to be correct, I'm sure.
Look, I might have got the wrong year, but at least I've got the right thing happening.
So far, all I've got is Talking Hard War happens. So
yeah.
So what else do you want me?
It's like the space race, but
it's a space race war.
But it's going to turn into Star Wars at some point after 2021. This is like this is the prequel to the prequels, which is probably going to be the worst 3 of the movies, and that's saying something.
It'd have to be Rise of Skywalker single-handedly dragging down a series of films.
Yeah. Okay.
No matter how good the first 2 films were, that movie is so bad that it just eliminates. And to be fair, they weren't. They were competent movies, but they weren't the best. The other 2.
Yeah, people had their faults and their disagreements over the first 2, but at least everyone. It didn't matter. It didn't matter in the end because everyone realised that. Oh, hang on a minute. This is just. Is it even a movie? Can we even call it a movie? Does it do what a? What is the definition of a movie?
Let me have a quick look.
Does the Rise of Skywalker all the criteria? Because I'm not so sure it does anymore, or ever did. And the moon men, of course, they're just sort of like caught in the crossfire because they're direct. Well, they're not directly between, but they're the third point on the triangle of planets and moons.
Indeed.
And so they're trying to sort of like mediate this whole argument, but they just look like idiots because everyone's been to the moon already. So everyone's a bit bored of the moon men. They can't do anything.
Matt, you're not going on. You're not doing fast at all. Do fast now.
I'm sorry.
Do fast.
That's it.
A film is a story or event recorded by a camera as a set of moving images and shown in a cinema or on a television.
That'll do. That's close enough.
And cinema is considered as an art or industry. And to be fair, there wasn't much plot and not a lot happened. So arguably, without a plot or really much events happening in the movie, it doesn't actually hit the definition.
Was it really a story, or was it just a series of slides being shown at my face at lightning speed?
It was certainly a set of moving images recorded by a camera and shown in a cinema, but I think the story, art, or events definitely are highly contestable.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. My prediction is that in Jelly of 2021, the UK will explode, and China will make friends with the aliens, and the dinos that are around as well, also, don't forget about the dinos, they will become part of the galactic community.
I thought we were keeping it secret which side of the world got blown up.
No. What? No. So you don't know if UK had already exploded or has now exploded, and you don't know if China was part of the jungle or part of the non-explodey side.
So when the jungle occurred, it also brought back the civilizations that were wiped out by the meteor, maybe.
No, no, it's a separate. No. You're thinking of it wrong. So a meteor hit Earth, then an unmeteor also hit Earth, but it's not the same meteor. It's not like it undid all the it undid the other stuff that happened before, not this stuff.
And the dinosaurs.
No, it didn't undo this stuff. It undid the dinosaurs, and England is around somewhere, and so is China. But you don't know where they are.
What? But I thought the first meteor destroys everything.
Half of everything.
And the unmeteor
brings back the dinosaurs on that side.
On the same side, but it's not related. Yes.
They wipe out the Simpsons, so now the whole planet is dino jungle.
And some humans.
Where's China come from?
China's in there. Don't you worry about it.
I mean, China's here now, so
it will make sense later. Probably.
Okay. It will make sense later in the year.
Yeah, I think so. We hope.
I can't wait for this explanation.
I know.
Especially when I can't remember what it was, but Matt had something planned for, I think, August. So I'm very excited to see whether he remembers what it was.
Are you just dropping him in the shit here now? I can't tell.
No, I did say in January. I'm pretty sure I said that, like, the G's of their next album.
I think so.
They come, but they don't anymore. it's been delayed
It's
by
been indefinitely delayed
by the fact that the world is now on 3 different planets and moons.
Nintendo buys Disney and it enters the Creative Commons. Joe Biden twists his ankle again. What an interesting month. You're muted again.
Everyone else apart from Joe has been having a wonderful year. Disney, all of the Disney stories have entered the Creative Commons, and the Creative Commons itself has been reduced to 20 years like it was originally. It's a wonderful, wonderful time. Joe Biden gets so excited playing with his dog again that he twists his ankle, which is just recovered. The first one, yeah. It's a shame.
That's a shame. Damn. Okay. Matthew, do it.
Right. Now, Europa. Yeah, that's the one. Europa. They're obviously the furthest out into space. So they're going to get contacted by other alien civilizations first. They're coming in as the reinforcements. They get and they join Europa in the war against Mars. And Mars then discovers the native Martians who live below the Martian surface. That's why we can't find them at the moment. They got like some very fancy shielding going on under the crust of Mars. So the war's still going on. This isn't ending anytime soon. But the G's do start writing. They scrap their old album. That's pointless now. That was like a diss track against the B's. But instead, they, you know how like in the Vietnam War there was a bunch of like anti-war music being produced. The G's are really doubling down on that kind of vibe of music. They're trying to bring back classic sort of war rock with their super high falsetto,
like the opposite
voices.
of Feed the World. Paul McCartney won't be staying in Africa this Christmas time. The war is over.
Band-Aid, yeah. No.
It's nothing like that.
It's the opposite.
It's the opposite.
It's a pro-war.
Yeah,
song.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Wait, they're doing pro-war stuff.
Well, okay. So the G's
that was my interpretation.
So the G's take the anti-war stance, and because the B's hate the G's so much, like I don't know exactly what it is that caused them to fall apart. It may have been the death of one of their members.
I think it was ABBA got back together.
Or yeah, Ab and Bar. Ab and Bar reformed into ABBA, and of course that meant that one of the G's had to leave the B's to go and form ABBA again, but. The B's really, they're they're getting paid by the military of
Matthew.
Let's say I think they went to Europa. Sorry.
Why do yours always take 5 minutes?
Because I have 3 different civilizations.
You don't need to do all of. You don't need to do one for each. You just need to do something interesting happen on the Monday or the month.
The Pots D&D campaign. Fill in on his world build, and he's leaving no stone unturned.
I mean, if you want to find out something about it, it's there. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's all on the Pot wiki.
But yeah, the bees are getting paid by the military.
Bear in mind, I can't do any. I can't write any more. So this is all flavour.
It's all filler.
Yeah.
It's all important lore.
Go on, Jamie.
Thank you, fucking hell, Christ, that took a while. Okay, so the awesome news: the dinosaurs are now the Earthians, and they're from Earth, and now they're part of the galactic community. But oh no, black hole, whole galaxy.
Where does the black hole come from?
It's a roaming black hole. It shoots through the galaxy and sucks the whole solar system up. Well, good. Actually, no, it doesn't. It sucks up the sun and a bunch of maybe 2 or 3 other planets, but it leaves Earth. But Earth is now drifting through space as a rogue planet. Roaming black hole destroys the solar system. Oh no.
So the Earth doesn't get sucked into the black hole. The
No.
Earth is still kicking about, but
It's got no sun.
Oh. How does it escape the black hole?
Well, the black hole just goes through the other side of the place. So it knocks it out of its orbit, eats the sun, eats a couple other planets, and then drifts off itself, and they don't interact anymore, but it's been flung out into space. However, good news. It's moving at half of the speed of light because it got swung well hard. So it's going to get to Alpha Proxima in like dead quick time. You get me? Like 8 years.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah, it's fine. More sun, innit? They might, if they got it just right, if they can slow themselves down, they might be able to kind of reintroduce themselves into a new star system. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? That'd be pretty useful. How lucky.
So by August 2021, we have worked out how to pilot a planet.
No, we should do. Otherwise, we're dead.
We need to, or we are dead.
We need to figure out a lot of things. Christopher's written most of it, I see.
Yes, he is.
Christopher,
speedrunning.
care to Septemberify us. Oh, you're muted again. You're bad at this.
Push the button.
Hey guys,
it's him again.
Welcome to the FGL1 podcast. I don't think I've been pressing it down, so I have to start from the beginning. My name is Lester Fisher, and I'm joined today by So I've gone through all of mine just because I thought, I'll do it in the background, so then it's all ready. We can go real quick through mine because, we're in the good timeline. So
someone takes too long to give their answers. Jamie.
Earth, Wind and Fire develop a tablet that accidentally cures cancer, but permanently cures also dental hygiene. Which was the original time, and they release it along with the anniversary of the 21st night of September. Everyone gets it. Cancer's done. Biden twists he's recovered from his ankle twist in January now.
Yeah.
And he's twisted his ankle again.
How's Trump doing in Mars, by the way? How's
Trump doing in Mars? Well, it turns out in July, because space travel was cancelled, and Elon was on his way over to Mars. They're currently fighting on Mars, but because we've cancelled space travel,
they're dead.
We've lost contact.
So Elon and Trump have become these kind of superheroes who eternally fight on Mars, and no one ever knows about it.
They're legends. They're still fighting.
Sometimes you can see with a good enough telescope, you can see the surface of Mars. You can see the craters that Elon and Trump have. Yeah, craters. They've been punching each other with like spirit bombs.
It's also around about in September. No one's checked in on North Korea, and it turns out they thought everyone moved to space, so they've gone.
Where did they go?
The entire landmass of North Korea with them.
Oh no, that's
to Mars.
Oh, to Mars.
So
is that Trump's reinforcements? So California should be straight after backing up Musk. It's California versus North Korea. Yeah, Trump versus Musk.
Yeah, they're both on either side of the pole, just why there's a little bit of greenery on each side.
It's going to be an exciting battle.
Yeah, I think Musk was going to get California, but the mayor can't stop the plans, so he's only taken Silicon Valley with him.
That's not a lot of people. Fair dues. That's pretty dangerous.
Very good at coding.
Okay, Matt, go.
Also, Silicon Valley gets picked up for season 7 by HBO in order to dictate the events that happen on Mars.
Martian men who have been living under they've come out of their hiding now, and turns out they have already solved the theory of everything. Suddenly gives Mars a hell of a leg up on the Mars Europa war. One side has cracked interplanetary or system travel, and the other one has got physics well good. So it's a bit of a good little fight. The moon's still there. People on the moon are kind of like
That's Switzerland.
do you know? Yeah, they're like do you know the hippies in Divergent? They're there.
Oh, yeah.
I've not watched Divergent, but go on.
Let's not talk about it.
It's a bad movie. They're flower men basically, and flower women.
Flower women.
There's not, because there really isn't a lot to do on the moon. We've
No.
been there literally 60-ish years ago. Now people aren't that impressed.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Oh, there's plenty left.
I mean, there's more, but you got to keep them. Got to keep a few things. Got to hold a few things back. Got to keep people wanting more.
With
good stories.
That is.
He is well respected as he was now if he told everybody everything.
I mean, having actually got away and looked up, Nostradamus basically covered all bases. He said that there was going to be an asteroid was going to wipe out half the Earth. There was going to be a zombie apocalypse. There was going to be biblical famine and disease. Soldiers are going to get chips put into their brains so that they can save the world. And major global warming, basically.
Major time.
Got a few of those.
Flying in space.
So he was really covering all, but he really thinks the world is going to end next year, basically. Which is
how exciting!
An interesting take.
Right.
Yeah, controversial.
We're floating through interstellar space. It's getting dead chilly.
We're doing a podcast.
We are also floating through interstellar space.
Bazinga.
As in the solar system is sitting in interstellar space. So get wrecked, atheists. Anyways.
There is a god.
We're sitting there, it's getting chilly. But what's that? Aliens. They're coming to help. The aliens are like, yo, I heard you got your planet, your system's got all wrecked. This is a lot of them. So there's a couple moth people. There's one man who looks like he's got cheese for a head, but actually soy sauce bottle for a body. And then there's like 2 or 3 different types of fish people.
Are the Smurfs from Avatar there?
No. Turns out it's a long story, but didn't end well. Didn't end well with them.
Dear.
Didn't end well.
James, what did you do?
James! Fuck's sake, James. So yeah, aliens. They come and they give us a little lift. They give us a bit of a bump, and we live in Proxima Centauri. It's all good. It's all good. Got a new planet and more planets as well. So we're saying hi to all of them. That's dead sick. We're all dinosaurs now. It's great. Yeah, that's it.
Tumultuous year.
It's been crazy.
So this month, not a lot happens, but get ready for the next 2 months because November, December, it all goes down in this one. But very simply, turns out all the other dimensions love the concept of Halloween and Festival of the Dead, especially the spooky dimensions. So the entire month gets turned to a super long holiday, and the month gets officially renamed to Spooky Time.
Awesome. That's brilliant.
Spooky Time.
It's your turn.
Very popular with the dead who are in the dead dimension.
They're liking it.
It's finally a holiday that represents my beliefs that I am dead because I died.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Matt.
One day of peace in the war. Halloween. It's still a national. It's still a holiday to all of men and all of after having such a good time with Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, all right, this Christmas was, different for different countries, but it was that one came first. Halloween is where it all really comes together for one day of peace, and they're just firing candy and chocolates across space.
Their cannons have been refueled with.
The asteroid belt is really, really kind of.
The computers have been hacked.
It should be renamed at this point to the chocolates and
the Milky Way.
Yeah.
Celebrations box.
Yeah, the celebrations box. It's no longer called No Man's Land or the asteroid belt. It's called the celebrations box.
And to keep them all in mind, somebody's made a massive celebration box to keep them all in.
And in the world of you know, the Martians, they are just kind of one man is born who is destined to do great things. That's it. Man, he is born on Mars. He is destined to do great things.
Great.
That's all I'm getting so far.
Did you do Jesus 2? Or someone else did Jesus 2 already?
No, Chris did Jesus 2 very early.
Well, no, it might not be Jesus 2. It might be.
I'm pretty sure you were. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We're in Proxima Centauri now. That's really fun. But it's Halloween, and you know what happens on Halloween in 2021? Basically, there is a under Stonehenge all along. There was a sleeping thing. It's not really an animal. It's not really a god, but it's sort of there, and it wakes up, and it's called Yogsblimp. And Yogsblimp decides to enslave all of the dinosaurs and builds a giant pyramid in the shape of Stonehenge to sit in, where he constantly feeds on the finest chutneys of Earth. And he plays the flute, and it sounds like death, and he turns off the sun when he's angry. And now there's no more sun again. Oh, no.
As an archaeologist, that is correct. As a chutney specialist, he's obviously splurging a little bit on the Loganberry chutney.
Yeah, you know it.
And I thought everything moved to Alpha Centauri.
Yeah, but Yogsblimp turned the sun off. The new sun.
Oh, the new sun. So like,
he might turn it back on. It's fine. It's just, you know.
Yeah, he's basically they've all wanted to go to lunch, and somebody's been chatting during the lesson, and he's turned around and he's gone.
It's your time you're wasting.
Your time you're wasting. I can turn on the sun at any time once you've all settled down, and that's where you end the year.
Yeah, he turns off the sun, and then he's like, you know, he has a big argument with the aliens.
Of course. So, November, pretty straightforward. Don't think we need to dwell on this anymore. The mutant gene activates that Marvel's transmitted into our brains through the MCU and initiates Phase 5, where everyone gets superpowers, apart from anyone who has asked for the Snyder cut of Batman v Superman and Justice League. Otherwise, you're good, man. You get powers. If you wanted the Snyder cut, then you were blacklisted from the mutant gene activation program.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm happy that's happening.
Yeah, I don't know what genes people are going to get. You know, you can't predict the future. What can I say?
Fair enough. Matthew?
Oh, we're in November. Things are kind of winding down in terms of major events.
Yeah, nothing ever happens in November, does it? Nothing at all.
Nothing
at all happens in November. Nothing ever happens in November.
Really important.
Nothing ever happens in November, does it?
The war has kicked back off, but you know, there's a lot of explosions in the night sky. But yeah, there's a lot of unrest amongst the mass populace. So you know, the general the common folk are not happy with this war anymore.
War again, but now bored.
So everyone and I mean,
Chris is muted.
If anyone who actually read these predictions, those who have read these predictions, will send an envoy from Europa to Mars.
The people
go
who
take care
called Frodo
of this little child. If they want to change their names by deed poll, they can do that. Or if they're already called Frodo and Sam, perfect. But two men or two people men or women, are going to send themselves as an envoy from Europa to Mars to go and look after this destined baby boy, and he is a boy because I know that much about him, who is destined to do great things, and they're going to nurture him and look after him and maybe start thinking about Christmas. That's coming around.
Matt, yours have by far been the hardest to pin down, I have to say.
I mean, anything can happen, mate. That's the overall prediction.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen to this child.
Everything is cool when you're part of the team.
That's not it. Okay. Yogsbalim has had a yell at the aliens. The aliens are offended. You know what happens when you make aliens offended?
A fairy dies.
Among other things, yes. But more importantly, the aliens decide that they don't like Earth anymore. And they put it in the trash. And you know what that means? That means the Earth has been put in the trash. And it's in the bin. The Earth's in the bin. Yogsbalimb is now king of the bin. He's in the bin. The bin is an alternate dimension. He is there now. It is dark. There is one sun, but it's got on the front of the sun, like we can see, it says "fuck you," and so it's like a bad sun, and it's the only star, and we're the only planet.
Just really important. Kids watching, don't look at the sun. It's not safe. It's not cool. No matter what's written on it, don't look at the sun.
Due to disagreement, due to tiff, Earth goes in the bin.
I mean, the last time we went in the bin during the Mayan Ages, when the gods had to make that fifth sun, it wasn't a great time, especially because they chose the asthmatic god out of all. Just not a good deal. I don't think we have any Aztec gods left to become a new sun.
No, you're right. We'll have to make some new ones.
Yeah, that's going to be tricky because a lot of them died to be last sun to be.
Oh, and Yogsbalim gives up. He's dead now. He's bored. He just leaves. He's just gone. He didn't want to be king of the bin, so he's decided to retire to somewhere else.
Which is the one positive out of all of this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, pretty simple ending to my predictions. The Messiah is born on Christmas Day, whichever Messiah that is, or whatever faith, I don't know. And Revelation starts on Jan 1st, 2022. However, if you want to get out before then, because it's going to be quite unpleasant for the next couple of years, there is an open invite to the coolest and best.
The coolest dimension. That's pretty cool.
Which is called by Uncle Steve.
Steve is the best dimension.
Yeah, I mean, he rules over the dimension, and he goes to family gatherings, he sneaks you alcohol, and he doesn't tell your parents.
That's pretty cool, man. I'd like to go and live with Steve. That sounds fun.
Yeah. And to sum up the year, instead of writing something, I think I have a picture.
What? How is the picture going to work here? I don't have the space.
My picture.
It better be a very long and wide picture.
It's coming.
Why?
It's been posted on my screen for the last 10 minutes.
I love that it's got the pot flashed up on it. It's brilliant.
It froze when I was talking about the mutant gene, so the entirety of
Oh my god!
should have had this.
Yeah.
It really shot straight to my soul.
So that is your summation then.
Well, December. Know what party time that is? It's Christmas.
Sure is.
People want Christmas because they didn't have a Christmas this year, so everyone wants Christmas. Everyone gets Christmas because the common folk uprising begins on December the 1st. And although this war goes on for many, many years, eventually I think we all know who's truly gonna win.
Who?
You haven't met him yet.
You haven't had the chance.
No.
Because he's been kicking ass as the ambassador to France.
And
is it Thomas Jefferson?
Mean,
God forbid.
The rest of like all of Advent is kind of like people know the war is going on, but they're more focused on just drinking and partying, because if we're gonna sum up this year, it's generally been people want to party, but things get in the way.
Yeah, that's about right.
So people just want to party, and 2022 is gonna certainly, hopefully, start off with the big long party, the night of the long party.
Yeah. Did we sort out the old code with the old dimension?
It sort of stopped becoming a problem. It's still there. I mean,
People
by
moved
2022, it'll be gone. You know, there's bigger issues like partying and drinking and smoking and what have you.
What have you?
Whatever floats your boat.
Whatever
It's all
your
good for the common folk.
Whatever goat. Whatever boat.
Whatever goats your bloat.
Whatever goat.
He keeps cutting out, but I hate it.
Whatever goat.
Why are you doing this? It's killing me.
Goats your bloat.
I hate that that's what makes him laugh. I hate that that's what he enjoys. This sinful demon of a human being.
I'm so sorry.
Fuck off. Right, anyway. So, Yogsbilim has left the planet. Now, the Earth is the dinosaurs are just sitting on Earth in a bin, in a cosmic bin, in the dark, with one sun, and they're very, very, very unhappy. But one of them figures out being a Buddhism. He does a Buddhism, and he gets all enlightened, and now he's gone. And then everyone else figures out how to do it, and they all leave the bin, and they go somewhere else. And
That's out enlightenment at the end.
That's the end. Yeah, enlightenment happens. All the dinos get enlightened.
Faith, just doing a Buddhism.
All the dinos get to do a Buddhism. The end.
To sum up your
dot.
Ooh.
And in the dark, Yogsbilim slumbers. Sum up.
Swings and roundabouts.
If Doctor Strange turns up, shoot him in the fucking head.
Shoot him in the head. That's a warning. If he comes here,
kill him. Don't give the books to the UN.
Don't give the books to the UN.
Or if you are going to kill him, wait until just before the end of February, just so you can get the fix everything first.
I feel like all of our summations are true.
I do like the fact that the Great Winter survives for winter, and it's sorted by the 1st of March. Great Winter is actually just a regular winter.
Well, so I mean, it's hard to tell that it's winter when you're in the dark dimension.
Yeah, to be fair.
And then Ralph just comes and fixes it all.
Yeah.
And then the dinosaurs happen. So that we've got Speeve and Yogsbalimb, and then it gets a bit weird. So,
Oh.
Well, look, hit us in the comments with which ones you think are correct, and also hit us up in the comments with your credit card numbers. Thank you very much.
If you like
Your
our
prediction.
go to
All
the
the things.
like and dislike bar and click the red button. If you like the
Click either of them. They're all valued the fucking same.
and
Make a
if you
poll.
like Jack Oil Immersed Water Cool's prediction, press the yellow button or green button, depending on how you set up the primary colours on your monitor. If you're RBG or RBY.
Or BRG, or...
Someone make a straw poll and vote on who's right.
You
poll,
do that.
Vote, and then send us your straw poll.
Do it on Twitter.
And we'll collect all the straw polls.
Do you know something, Christopher?
No.
I think this is the end of the podcast.
Oh, man. Well.
Yeah.
I hope you all enjoyed it. Sorry about the low energy from me today. I don't know, this green screen of the hospital setting has made me very anxious about my surroundings and not making a complete fool of myself in case my heart rate monitor increases and some nurse runs in really worried about me. But I'll probably change the green screen by next week, or who knows.
Next time I want you on a pirate ship.
Yeah, maybe.
Sort that out.
Maybe I'm not even in the cold highlands of the UK. Maybe I've been brought down to Birmingham. Who knows? For an MRI, who knows? Anyway, if you'd like to follow us on the social medias, Twitch is a thing for me. LinkedIn is a thing for the Pot, and he's also got his Pots and Pans SoundCloud. He's just about to release his first diss track, aren't you?
Maybe.
Who are you dissing?
You.
That's a surprise.
Oh shit, man! Oh my god!
I didn't think you were going to tell me.
Oh my god!
You.
What are you saying about me? Oh my god!
You'll have to tune in.
I'm sorry. I
oh my
have
god!
no excuse for my attitude today. It's been atrocious.
Oh my god!
If you're paying attention to the intro today, you would have heard a snippet of the diss track. And of course, we have the Twitch abandoning YouTube starring Jack OW.
Hell yeah! That's I'm not Twitch now.
Yeah.
Tube.
You might see some new podcasts popping up. I have the intention of maybe one up for Jingle Cats. We're going to prepare Jingle Cats over the whole year. The previous Mirror Punk episodes might be investigating. Who knows?
Who fucking knows? We sure as shit don't.
If I do the Jingle Cats one, maybe it's with these guys. Maybe I have a rotating cast of different collaborators. Who knows?
Maybe you bin us off altogether.
Yeah, maybe I make those two do it, and I just leave.
New year, new us, new things.
Depends on schedules.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. I'm hoping to be doing a lot more on the interwebs. That's my New Year's resolution. You guys have anything to say?
No.
Just thank you for everything that's happened up until this point.
Yeah.
Good luck with 2021.
Good luck, everybody.
Outpouring of support.
Don't forget to press the save button.
How fast the channel's grown. I didn't. I'm so honored to reach these heights. And
I would never have expected that I would have
a handful of subscribers.
Some views.
I count them on one hand. The number of people who actually listen to this and watch it fully.
May it forever stay that way.
I'm also looking at two of them right now.
Forever stay that way.
New listeners can piss off.
To a point where it's more watchable, which is kind of the point of this, is that we're just kind of vibing and figuring out our talents, and maybe at some point this podcast develops into something watchable.
Yeah.
Hope not.
I hope so.
I don't.
Just because some people can go back and watch the shit ones.
I know. The shit ones will always be my babies. My favourite little babies. I will always have those. Bye. Right, jolly good.